Hey, welcome to the best of everything. What are you mixing?
I like this.
Oh man. Anyway, hey, welcome to the best of everything. I am Ruben Paul on a rainy Wednesday afternoon.
On a rainy Wednesday afternoon. What's that?
Okay, we could have gone without that.
Oh yeah, you're probably right.
Rainy Wednesday afternoon in beautiful Southern California, and of course, across from me is Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Your number one.
No, it's just Johnny.
Oh, okay.
Just Johnny.
How
are you, brother?
I'm good. Don't you? Let's address how nice it is. First of all, this is great for the fire that was out of control in Santa Barbara. That's number one.
Yeah, but hasn't the fire already?
No, it wasn't contained.
Oh, was it?
As of this morning. So
okay. That's great for the fire.
Isn't that awesome, dude? For the firemen, and you know that must be such a, amazing feeling where you got this fire that's out of control, and then here comes
the rain,
just nature, and the rain is like shh, literally. I wonder what it sounds like when the rain's hitting the. Obviously hissing,
hitting the fire.
Right. That must be. I've never heard that before.
I've never
rain pouring down while there's a fire with 20-foot flames.
Yeah.
That must be pretty amazing to witness.
Maybe.
Anyway,
but I just love to hear the sound of destruction and then rain coming to save the day.
Yes, the popping of the branches first, and all of a sudden here comes the rain. And
you know what? I bet there's some type of app with that sound on it.
Maybe somebody knows where to. Oh,
somebody might know.
Oh, thanks. There might not be anybody chiming in today, but people are leaving for the. Anyway,
I just want to take a moment.
Yeah.
You missed it last night at Ruby Tuesdays. You didn't come through and support as usual.
From the conversation we were having before, I'm glad.
You might have gotten into a fight last night knowing you. Because you'd have been like, all right, stop guys, leave them alone. But anyway, special shout out to D.O. Hughley for coming in and doing the show last night. Yeah. Like you know me, you know this from us being friends for a long time. D.O. was my first mentor in comedy.
You weren't even doing stand up.
I wasn't even doing stand up when he
walked. Remember that? I love that story that he saw you sitting there.
Yeah.
Hey man, did you enjoy the show? How crazy is that? Crazy. And now you guys are friends. That's just
and and the fact that I worked with his dad at Delta, like me and DL go way back. So it's just funny. Like they're like,
that's right. Yeah.
So DL shows up actually early last night. If anybody knows DL's never early for anything.
Oh, okay.
And then like they called me at 8:00. They're like, DL's here. I go, 8:00.
8?
I'm just getting out the shower. And then
because the show
I said DL's, and then in my mind I'm going, oh, they must not know what DL looks like. And then and then they're like, no, he's here. He's here. They had him on the phone. He goes, motherfucker. I said, hey man,
he wanted you there at 8.
No, I said, dude, it's a 9:30 show. He's like, oh man. He said, I knew you'd be thinking that I was going to be late or I was going to no show on you, but I just wanted to show you that I was going to be there for you on time, et cetera, which is really cool.
Wow, that's like really early.
So he ran and got something to eat and then came back and we, hung out the whole night. And it was great, man. And Lunel, shout out to Lunel. She was absolutely hilarious also. Both her and DL killed it. And if you guys don't know Lunel, you should look her up. She's in the new movie Dolomite Is My Name with Eddie Murphy on Netflix and Borat. She's done a bunch of stuff, but I've known Lunel for a long time because she used to be in Oakland in the Bay. And, I used to go up there and do a lot of one-nighters back in the day, and we did some shitty shows together.
I bet.
Yeah, so it's just dope to see her and how the audience responds to her now, and she's earned it. You know what I mean?
Like Chris and I were having a conversation. The difference when people know you and you're doing stand-up,
oh man,
as opposed to when people do not know you and you're trying to.
It's a huge difference. Like me and you talk a lot of times. Not every show we do because we have fan bases in certain markets, but when people know who you are, it's like always having a home game.
Yeah,
because you go up, people are excited to see you. And even if you're spewing some bullshit up there, people are excited.
They just want to hear you.
They just want to hear you.
Oh, hey, what's up, Carrie?
And,
oh my God, Carrie Rossiter.
And see you.
But
she
hometown anyway.
But she was great, man. And Lunel should be another example of perseverance in this business.
I was gonna bring that up.
You know, she's been in the game a long time,
man.
You know, she's not a teenager. You know, she's not in her 20s, 30s, or even 40s. You know,
you're gonna give?
You know, I better stop because
Lunel
watches this. She's like, this motherfucker. I'm gonna release this footage I had. You know, she has some footage of me.
I bet she does.
Yeah,
on VHS.
No. She has some footage of me. We were at a party together, not too long ago, and I was a little high, Johnny. You know, unlike you, I will admit, you know.
Maybe that's because you just started 2 years ago.
Thank you. I haven't used
this dude is doing what I was doing in high school.
No, you're doing way more than what I was doing. You were doing.
There's not a lot to do in Tulare, California.
But anyway, yeah, she has some footage of me at one of George's parties, and I was stuck.
Oh, she just said shout out to Larry after I just said that. Yes. I just found a song by Merle Haggard, by the way. Tulare Dust. He wrote a song called Tulare Dust. He was from Oildale near Bakersfield.
Wow, I've
Merle Haggard.
never heard of Oildale.
Oildale's right next to Bakersfield. It's a little outside. It's where they would pump for oil, obviously.
Wow.
Back in the Dust Bowl days.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
But anyway.
Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, Lunel's my girl. I'm sure she said, "Don't be putting my age out there, nigga."
You sounded just like her.
I love her. I love Lunel, and she was so.
And how great was that
funny
for her to do the show for you?
It was great, and she was excited to do it. Like, she called me earlier in the day, and you know, was like, "Ruben, I'm excited to do the show." She doesn't work in Hollywood a lot of time, just like DL doesn't work in Hollywood. And that's the great thing about doing the show, is to be able to get your old friends who don't necessarily play locally a lot because they're road warriors. They're always on the road. Like, DL is still on the road every weekend.
Wow.
And to even come out on a Tuesday night, and Lunel even said it, she was like, "Ruben, I'm gone, you know, I leave Wednesday, I'm working Thursday through Sunday, I'm back on Monday. You know, Tuesday is like my one day off before I leave and travel again."
Right. Yeah.
So for them,
I remember that.
You know, you know that grind, and we still do that grind sometimes.
Yeah.
And just for both of them to come out and do this show, and like DL did like 45 or 50 last night. Like, he didn't come, he didn't half-ass anything, and he was hilarious. And,
thanks, Richard Stein. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Respect Richard Stein.
Shout out Richard Stein. So it was great. And then Lunel, Bishop Don Magic Juan was there. I'm sorry, you're not really into black culture. Bishop Magic Don Juan is the brother who be with Snoop. Sometimes he'll have like the goblet, and he'll be dressed like as a pimp.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he came through last night. I got a picture of him. A lot of people came through.
Now, how long has he been around?
Bishop Don Juan?
Yeah.
Bishop Magic.
But in the 90s?
Yeah, easy.
But
easy.
was it? Did he come up with? I don't know. I'm not familiar, so I apologize. But did he come up with Snoop, or he was with other rappers?
No, I mean, he just had his own thing. You got to Google him. He's not a rapper or anything.
Oh, that's
like
why
that.
I was thinking he.
No,
okay.
He's not a rapper. He's just.
How is that possible?
He's just a character, man. He's just a character.
How is it you can? That's so great when somebody can.
I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, you can Google this. I want to say he was an ex-pimp or ex-preacher or something like that.
Oh, I see.
And then just kind of made friends with different people in hip hop.
Okay.
And Snoop really liked him, and he used to travel with Snoop. And he's friends with Lunel, and he came through. A lot of people came through.
So hopefully he went pimp the preacher, not the other way.
Who knows? Some people try to say they're one and the same. You know, I mean, people do say that.
Yeah, well,
but I always laugh sometimes, and I haven't really talked about this much in my act, but you know, my dad was a preacher and a used car salesman. Like,
oh my God, it's the best.
You know what I mean? How similar. You know what I mean? The hustle.
The hustle, yeah.
You know, but my father was a righteous man. I will say that.
Totally.
And
standing. A
lot of people came out last night. It was packed. Russell Peters, shout out Russell Peters, came through.
Oh, Russell came out?
Russell came through. Tony Rock, a lot of comics.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
house.
there must be, yeah.
Too many comics to name, but the support was great. A lot of hip hop artists came out. 'Cause, Russell travels with a lot of hip hop artists. Lord Finesse, Maceo.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, Maceo from
See,
De
I
La
know some.
Soul.
I think I know some.
Did you? When I said Maceo, did you know something about Maceo from De La Soul? Did you know that?
Correct.
You did.
Yes.
You're lying, Johnny.
No.
I can always tell when you're lying.
No.
Because you do this little grin. You go, yes.
No, because
yes.
Listen, man, we had hip hop until Larry.
Oh, right.
Come on, man.
Just don't start the popping shit.
Oh man, I had to break out some of the moves on stage last week. Remember, in Long Beach.
And it pissed me off when the crowd started cheering.
Yeah,
it did.
Because they know that I got good moves, bro.
It really annoyed me.
I got
It really annoyed
Chris,
me.
I'm like legit. I was a legit break dancing popper, man.
See, it's moments like this that I wish we had more, some more black people working here, because people would be moaning in the background instead of Chris chirping in, laughing like he's in agreement with you being a good dancer.
You've never even seen my full moves. That's the problem. Oh, I got a photo for you that somebody sent me back in.
Didn't you send it to me?
Wait, when I was in the moment popping?
No, thank God. Yeah, please send that to me.
Oh, it's on here.
Yeah, you don't have to send it to me right now. Send it to Chris and
John.
We'll put it on in
John
editing.
Get a piece of cardboard. I used to have my own cardboard, man. If I needed to take it, I told you it during reset and break.
Did you write Johnny's cardboard on the cardboard? Hey, that's Johnny's cardboard.
Oh, man.
And how did you carry it? Was it rolled up or folded?
They're folded. You fold them up.
Yeah, and you
Fold
just
it,
you
yeah.
lay it out.
This
Like
is like-
what? What?
Yeah.
Ooh, you lucky I forgot my cardboard.
That's
I'll
right.
tear your ass
That's
up.
why a lot of times guys would call you out at lunch break at school because they knew you didn't have the cardboard on you. So it was going to be all straight up.
This sounds like the whitest episode of Breaking ever.
Breaking 4 to Larry, California.
Oh man, but it was a really good night though, man. It was a lot of fun, and why is Chris chiming in?
No.
Somebody said Renee Diaz said he had a sheet of linoleum. And Eric Rivera chimed in and said that wasn't a cardboard, that was a yoga mat.
Coming from the guy who has no moves whatsoever, there's no.
All right, let's just get started with you and Eric.
River Rat, Eric River Rat, the guy that people keep asking me, who's that little jerk that troll that keep. He should change his name to Trolley Rivera.
Eric Rivera is a comic for some reason who has it.
For
Johnny.
I thought you were going to stop there.
Eric
Rivera is a comic for some reason.
I mean,
we're still scratching our head on that one.
No, for some reason has it in for Johnny.
Yeah,
but anyway.
only on social media.
Yeah,
in person. Hey, Johnny.
What is that, your choir boy look?
This is the look he gives me when I see him. What's up, dude? Hey, Johnny.
Hi. Have you accepted Jesus Christ as your personal savior? Anyway. Yeah. So it was fun last night. I don't want to leave out Chris Red. Chris Red was really funny.
Yeah.
And a comic out of Chicago that I think a lot of people are starting to know. But she's still in Chicago. Her name is Jess Niche. She was really funny last night. She did a guest at Jess Niche.
Oh, okay.
Just very funny.
Is that
sister?
One name?
Just,
is that what?
Just Niche.
Oh, literally the word just.
Yeah, Just Niche.
I see.
That's what she goes by.
Okay, at first
I'm Just Niche.
Yeah, I thought it was Just Niece.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean? Like,
black people would do that. I mean, we would make up a name like that.
I did not say
I know you
that.
didn't say it. I said it.
Okay.
Because you'd not be all over if I thought you meant that.
Yeah, I didn't mean it. Because I was gonna say that's actually really. I was like, that's a cool name.
Yeah, it was really cool to have her. I worked with her on all deaf comedy on
Wait,
on HBO.
Giannis is like, sounds like Drake was there in a wheelchair watching Johnny break.
Oh, from that show that Drake used to be on. What's the name of that? Delancey or something like that? Google that, Chris. But Drake was a child actor.
Oh, I didn't even know
And
that.
one of his characters was a kid in a wheelchair. I'd never seen it, but I've seen like photos.
Was this
of it and
was
stuff
this
like,
Canadian television?
I think it was Canadian, but Chris will pull it up
Yeah.
and let us know. But that was funny, Yanni. Yanni tried to throw out a joke.
Oh, Yanni. I thought it was Yanis.
No, we call him Yanni. That's
what you call me.
yeah.
You and Russell Peters.
But he's
call me.
Greek.
Oh,
So it is
Yeah,
Yanni.
well,
it is probably Giannis, but
do
we
you
call
think
him Yanni.
he's Greek?
Yeah, read his last name.
Look at his last name. Panayukapantapalopoulos. Everything's
But
Opolis.
Yanni is a great dude, man. Yanni is a friend in Montreal. He lives in Montreal, and he's really good friends with Russell Peters and myself. And, you know, in every city you go to, it's always great, especially when you're traveling on the road, to know somebody in that city.
Oh, of course.
Like if I go to New York, it's great. If I go to Chicago, it's great. If, you know, if I go to the Bay Area and perform, it's great because you have friends in those areas. So Yanni is my friend in Montreal. He's a guy that will, you know, pick you up from the airport if you need him to pick you up, which I don't need him to, but he'll come by, pick you up from the hotel, take you to the local spots to eat. His family owns a restaurant in Montreal. He's just a cool dude, very thoughtful. Will get you weed if you need weed, cocaine.
Does he want you telling that?
I mean, I'm just saying for you, he'd get you cocaine.
Oh, here we go.
And nah, Yanni doesn't do that.
You know what's funny about his
but
name?
he's my boy. He's a good dude.
See, a Mexican.
The show's name was Degrassi.
Yeah,
Degrassi.
Oh, Degrassi. I see that.
Yeah.
What's interesting about Yanni, a Mexican dude with an accent, we call him Johnny.
Really?
Yeah, because they get the J's and Y's backwards.
Interesting.
Because, you know, they would call me Yanni.
How are those Mexican tours coming out for you? Are they? Have you gotten any offers?
You know, I got a couple, man, but I'm really looking to do a lot more, man, and connect with the Latino community. So if we got any Latino promoters, I'm ready to do the touring, eh?
Why wait till Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah,
Huh?
why wait? Why wait for Cinco de Mayo, man? When I'll do it. I'll do. I have on my finger. I'll do.
came out of character.
I'll do January de Mayo. Wait, that doesn't even make sense.
You're ridiculous, dude.
Ruben asked me that because he says he likes when I do that. You're not going to believe what Ruben made me do on stage, Chris.
Oh, my God.
Last Thursday
night.
I'm still mad at myself.
Now, let me
for
set
this.
it up. All right. Can I set it up first before you go into your crying and complaining? As comics, a lot of times, especially when we're all friends, the audience members, you might not know this. Like sometimes we need to entertain ourselves because a lot of times comedians don't even watch other comedians because we've seen them 1,000 times.
Correct.
Or it's just like, you know, we'll just, you know, we're getting in our zone to go prepare. So sometimes we don't watch.
Yeah.
So sometimes to make, you know, the mundane of doing spots night after night after night, we perform for each other and the audience has no idea we're performing for each other.
Right.
So I said, hey, Johnny, you should go up there and do the stereotypical cello accent from the very beginning so people think that's how you really talk. And then, so then you can take it from there.
Well, because we've known, you know, listen, to each their own when it comes to comics, but there have been in the past through time, the history of comedy, some comics who are minority, whether they're Latino or Asian or Middle Eastern, they'll go up and they'll have the accent for a little while and then they go, I'm just playing, man. I don't really talk like that. And then the crowd will laugh and like, whatever.
So original.
So he knows I've never done that.
Yeah.
Nor would I think about doing it.
Yeah, Johnny would never do that because it's hacky. So it just was fun to me to see him go up and, you know, do some really
but I
hacky
told him this was my fear.
Because you weren't committed to it. That's why.
Oh, I committed.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Here was the problem. I told him, I said, if I go up there and there's people there, especially, you know, the people that don't know who they're going to think that's me and they're going to be disappointed after I go to my regular voice and then I go to me. So I go up and it's a Thursday night. It's not real packed. And I open with, hey, what's up, man? How you guys doing, man? All right, this and that, huh?
You sound like Cheech.
Right now?
Yeah.
Is that how I was doing it that night?
No.
No, I was doing the other one I was doing.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? You know what I'm sick and tired of, bro?
Yeah. I like that one. The other one you sound like
you know how sick and tired. Anyway, I was doing it, and I was getting like mediocre laughs. No, some decent laughs.
Yeah, but
I heard him in the back laughing
I was
his ass
dying.
off.
I was dying.
Because
it was for me, and you were getting all sensitive on stage.
Anyway, he makes me do this, and then I did about a minute and a half, because you wanted me to do like 5, man. I was like, that's too long.
You bailed out because you weren't committed.
I bailed out.
Yeah, so you did about
a minute and a half,
about
2 minutes, yeah. And then I'm talking. I'm going, have you guys ever noticed? You ever noticed, bro, when the guys like this do that, huh? And I'm doing that. I'm getting laughs, and then I finally go, anyway, I'm just kidding, man. And first of all, that's where the big laugh is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
That normally a comic goes, hey, I'm kidding. He breaks out of his Asian accent or whatever. Anyway, I go here. Hey, guys, I'm just kidding. And the crowd usually just, I got nothing except one big laugh upstairs in the back.
Which was me.
Which was Ruben. And I went, I can't believe he set me up. I didn't even get the big payoff, man.
Who cares, dude?
I know, right?
Who cares? But in all honesty, you didn't fully commit to the minute and a half. I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh, really? Thanks, Ernie G. Anyway. Johnny
my cousin
sounds
Mac, like a
I
gringo cholo. Damn, he called you out. Well, Ernie, one thing you might not know about Johnny that we just discovered not too long ago is Johnny's not he's Portuguese. He's not
I'm a little more
he's not really Mexican.
More Portuguese than I am Mexican.
Yeah.
But this is funny.
Can't say anything.
This is coming from Ernie Grzyzewski, who is half Russian Jew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Ernie, we're not going to take your opinions on what a cholo accent would sound like.
Ernie doesn't even know how to do a cholo accent, by the way. I toured with him for a few years. The Picante, and then he had to call the tour the Picante Comedy. I go, do you have to call it that? The Picante Comedy Tour, bro. But if you got any,
well.
But listen, bro. If you got any more though,
I'm all in.
I'm all in for 2020.
Shout out Ernie G, man. We were just talking about you the other day, man. Long time no see, brother.
We were?
Yeah, remember we brought him up when we were talking about the tours you're going to be doing through Texas, possibly.
Yeah, no, I did compliment. Yeah, I did compliment you, Ernie, on
hitting those
how
small
well
markets.
he was so good at finding those small towns, man, that just were dying to have comedy come their way because they're always just a little too far away from the big cities. And he was really good at that, man. I would always go, how'd you find
but
this?
You know what's funny? When I said, hey, we were just talking about Ernie G the other day. We were? See, man, that's what this is why we have problems. Those little moments.
I'm sorry, Ernie. It was the Picante Comedy Fiesta. That's even worse. You have to put Fiesta at the end of it?
Well, he's Russian Jew. He doesn't know any better.
He really doesn't.
Let's put Fiesta.
I think he lives in what's that?
They pass out guacamole as everybody's coming in. Here's some chips and guacamole. Enjoy the show.
A little picante for you.
Could you imagine a comedy show with everybody with chips and guacamole?
You get people in seats.
You would, man. Like,
man,
they got the best chips and guacamole at that comedy show.
If you post a comedy tour, right, and then you said free chips and guac.
Oh, man.
When you walk in.
But I got to keep it 100, man.
What? You're
not everybody's guac is good, man. Have you ever had bad guacamole? It pisses you off.
Yeah, you got to be careful with
it. Bad guacamole pisses you off.
Yeah.
Speaking of food that pisses you off, Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
Oh, we're just going to go right in?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, okay. Yes, Thanksgiving is tomorrow.
I mean, we brought up guacamole, and I was just made me think of like when you go to, when you have Thanksgiving at your house or you go to somebody's house and the food is good.
What's up, Mike?
And then you get that one bad dish is
you mean cranberry?
Cranberry?
That cranberry stuff? That canned cranberry?
Here's the thing, guys.
Some people like that.
Here's the thing, guys.
You like that, huh?
I'm going to keep it 100. You guys have to have Thanksgiving with the black family. It would change your whole perspective.
What's different? You guys,
the food.
Yeah, I learned
dude.
apple pie, not pumpkin pie.
No, sweet potato pie, not pumpkin pie.
Oh well, when we do the serve at the Laugh Factory I told you
they don't know any better.
No, but remember I told you I didn't realize that every time a black person would come by, we were serving the home. It's for they do it. It's
Laugh Factory fees.
Tomorrow's the 40th. I'll be there. You gonna come by?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come by.
I'm gonna be there. But one time I was handing out whether before it was stuffing or gravy or turkey, and I got stuck with handing out the little pies. Slice of pie, and there was pumpkin and apple, and I never knew that black people were not going to ask for the pumpkin pie.
No,
not one asked for the pumpkin.
Nah, man.
And I told him, I go, Ruben, hey man, and he goes,
man.
Well, they didn't have, but apple, I guess, is the closest. Would be the next. That's what they have. They have apple pie there. It's apple and pumpkin. So black people were asking for apple pie because that's the closest, right? That would be the closest.
So here's my message and really trying to bring everyone together who's watching. If you have black friends, befriend them around Thanksgiving and try to get an invite to Thanksgiving dinner. The food is fantastic for the most part.
Let me ask you this, because I've had Southern. Are you talking about like collard greens and things like that?
Just the greens.
Yeah, greens.
The mac and cheese.
Yeah.
The sweet potato pie.
How about do you guys also? Because I used to do when I was married. I used to do Columbia, South Carolina, the Southern style, which is mac and cheese, collard greens. What's the
collard greens?
Black eyed peas.
Oh, man, come on, man.
Which is actually, that stuff's really good, man. We just did traditional. I don't know if other Mexicans do, like, they throw in guacamole and all this other stuff for their, but we did like just standard.
So obviously, I'm Haitian. So
yeah, we know.
Really? At least I know what I am.
Oh, shots fired, bro. Shots fired.
But
See you, Ernie. Anyway,
so obviously,
happy Thanksgiving.
My parents had to adapt to American culture and Thanksgiving, and my mom learned really well. But even going over my friend's house on Thanksgiving, most of my life or different families that my parents made friends with, was just dope. Just the food, and I remember one time when my boy Dan. He came over one Thanksgiving and he took a bite of the food. He's like, "Dude!" He was like, "Man, this is awesome."
Really?
Like, yeah, we season our food, dude.
Why was there?
It's not bland,
But do you guys with the Haitian? Do they throw in stuff that's not American tradition? Like,
well, I mean, I can't speak for all Haitians because
like legume or what is it?
Legume.
Legume.
My mom.
Would you throw that into a?
My mom, if my mom was cooking, yeah, she'd make it. Or if we'd go to someone's, African American's house.
That's what I meant to. Yeah.
They would ask her to bring a Haitian dish because it's just about food. Of course, you have your traditional staples. Like even though like when my sister cooks for Thanksgiving, we'll have crab, lobster and crab and different stuff like that.
Okay, see, I've never had anything.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
like it doesn't always have to be the traditional. Like you'll have all that also, but you mix it up and add other things. So people used to have my mom bring some Haitian dishes, but you got to understand Thanksgiving is an American holiday.
Right.
You know what I mean? The massacring. We celebrate the massacring of the Indians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
But in saying that, so my parents had to learn that Thanksgiving tradition. And I even remember then my parents didn't fully understand why we were celebrating it. Especially once that's how you know something is wrong, when you have to explain what the holiday is about. So what the holiday is about? Well, settlers came over. And they they killed the Indians and they gave thanks. Like, oh, that's what we're celebrating? The fact that they were here first and we won. So it's like, man, all that killing made me hungry, Anyway, I don't know why I'm going off on that. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Enjoy your meals. Remember what it's really about.
Hey, I'm wondering, by the way, do the Portuguese, if there's any Portuguese out there watching, do you guys do traditional or do you throw in like soapish or lima beans? And I'm doing if there's any Portuguese.
Oh, Portuguese.
No, Portuguese, the Portuguese.
So I'm wondering, Chris, what were your you didn't have parents, right, Chris?
Well,
I'm just fucking with you. He got hurt for a second. Oh. Yeah. No.
Where's this coming from?
No, my brother and sister's father, their family's from New Orleans, so they do gumbo and.
Oh yeah, I forgot gumbo. I've had gumbo on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Dude,
it is amazing.
Seafood gumbo.
Yeah, I love.
Come
gumbo.
on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
And it's Nolans, okay?
No, I know. I'm
He's
saying
a proper. They're from
Chris,
New Orleans.
Have you had a traditional? Like, I wonder. I mean, this might sound ignorant. If there are any Mexicans,
Carrie Ross, a Turk. Thanks, Carrie. So sweet.
what
Carrie,
up, Flea Lee, Dion Lee? I'm curious.
Just only. Hey, Ruben.
Really? You're gonna take
Dion?
that? Oh, it's not like Carrie said hello to me.
That's different. I went to high school.
I grew up with Dion.
Oh, okay.
That's my dude for real. That's like one of my oldest friends.
Now, hold on a second. I'm just playing Dion. By the way, do you know Dion backwards is Noid?
Okay,
Was he aware of that?
We didn't need to know that.
So my goddaughter, my niece, she's half Portuguese, half Mexican, right? She's was a Mendonça. I'm making Portuguese beans for Thanksgiving.
What are Portuguese beans?
I think that would be lima beans, right? You guys like lima?
Interesting.
You guys.
The Bug Brothers.
Oh, there's Carrie. See how great is Carrie?
So
By the way, every guy in Tulare had a crush on Carrie.
Let me ask you this:
They probably still do.
What was a traditional Thanksgiving meal at your house? And did your mom cook? Did your mom cook?
Yes, but it was just your standard American. Nothing. There was absolutely nothing extra.
Let me tell you
dude.
something, man. Monkey bread. Oh,
wait a minute.
Oh, you've never heard of monkey bread?
This is the first time I've heard of monkey bread. Okay, anybody out there ever heard of monkey bread?
Are there any black people or anybody who has had?
So avoid the Noid.
What?
Yeah. He goes, yes, I did. Noid. So avoid the Noid. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Domino's, I think.
Flea, he doesn't know what monkey bread is, dude. And the reason why they call it
Chris, wait a minute.
Could you Google it, Chris? I know Chris has never heard of it, but
okay.
The reason why I think I was told the reason why they call it monkey bread because you like pull it apart
with your hands
with
something.
Your hands.
Okay.
Man,
it just sounds like it would. I don't know. I just feel like. Oh, really? Okay.
What?
What is it? What's the base of like? What's the?
I can't even explain it. I haven't met it. It's bread that you'd eat. Like, you know, how people have rolls. Like you have your dinner roll.
Yeah.
It separates the dinner roll. Like you'd have. You'd get like a piece of monkey
but
bread.
How is it that you're able to pull it up? It doesn't crumble?
No, it doesn't crumble.
See, that's
it's soft and it's just
delicious. Okay. I got you. Okay.
Man, you got
a little known fact. It's from Hungary.
Get on the mic. Are you on the mic?
I am on the mic.
Okay.
It's from Hungary originally.
It's from Hungary?
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow.
Ain't that something?
Well, we adopted it.
Interesting.
We adopted
Can
it.
you do a little homework before
they didn't call it monkey bread, though, did they?
Well, it has many different, but they probably call it something different. But it has monkey bread, monkey puzzle bread, monkey brain, sticky bread, Hungarian coffee.
Yeah, it's
cake.
like that sticky. Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah, man.
Damn,
Whisper out cue ball in Palmdale. What's up?
What's up, Tommy?
So that's funny. You don't think they probably didn't call it monkey bread in Hungary?
Yeah, but you got to know like what's interesting, especially if you think about Caribbean cuisine, because Yanni just made a comment about how Haitians aren't creative naming their dishes. But because legume is just basically vegetables.
That's the translated.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing like that you learn is if you take Jamaican food, Haitian food, Dominican food, Puerto Rican food, it's like all the same things with slightly different spices, but just named different things.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Just like what's funny with Mexican cuisine is, burritos, tacos, if you name the ingredients of like burritos, tacos, enchiladas, it's all so how do you make that? Well, tortillas,
rice, beans,
meat, cheese, tacos, tortillas, rice, beans, cheese. It's just you hold it or present it in different ways.
Yeah.
But that's what's dope about Caribbean food. Like somebody goes, "Oh man, you got to taste blah 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 blah," and you go, "Oh, that's just like whatever." Country you're from's dish. It's like literally the same thing, just named different and maybe a little bit of different spices. But
I wonder where they're
delicious. See, if you haven't had Haitian food.
Yeah, I hear you, Mike. It's like a different. That's what he's saying. It's like a different, a different type of roll. Because I guess those are
okay, Mike. All right.
Oh, there's your boy Dennis. Oh, Robles. Wait, we got Dennis Gaxiola and Mike Robles.
What's up, Mike Robles? How are you, brother? How you feeling, man?
How you feeling, dude?
How are you, Mike?
You feeling good? What's up, bro?
Thinking about you, brother. Praying for you.
Yeah, man. He posted such a sweet little. His daughter wrote "Get Well, Daddy," or she didn't. She didn't. I think that was his daughter, not granddaughter. I think it was his daughter, right? NorCal. That's right. That's right, Dennis.
Yeah. So your parents just made.
They just
traditional.
Stuck to. I mean, not one item was anything different than you've ever heard of an American tradition. It was stuffing, cranberry. The cranberry.
You didn't like the cranberry?
No, no.
See, I'm trying to think.
Gravy, turkey gravy.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving tomorrow?
I'm gonna go down to the Laugh Factory.
And then what? Just that?
I'll go help serve.
I'm gonna try to bring you a plate because I'm gonna be making some rounds, man.
Oh,
if
you
I
just
bring you a
pop
plate,
into
man,
other.
You're gonna become like a fiend. You're like, hey man, any leftovers you could get me, man?
Got any of that monkey bread, man? A little bit of that monkey bread, man. Here's what's funny. There was a comedian. He's gonna remain nameless because he's a friend of ours. But he would always talk about somebody that was on blow, that was doing coke, and he would always say, the guy shows up and he's all geeked out, and he would say geeked out, and it's gacked out, right? That's how I knew he never dealt in that real. He never was around people doing it, or he didn't do it, and I never said anything. I wanted to tell him geeked out is what happens at a sci-fi convention.
Yeah,
gacked out happens when you do too much blow or speed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he says he's good, man. He's good. Good, Mike. Daughter, yes, it was his daughter.
Let me tell you about Mike Robles. For you guys who don't know him, you might know him even better than I do, but just someone who was just ahead of the curve. Like you look at people producing, doing their own thing now,
right?
And that's what this era and generation is.
Yeah,
and there's people like not waiting on the industry to do anything for them. And Mike Robles is one of those guys that put things together. Yeah, put comedy shows together for television.
Que Locos, dude, was huge.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man, let me tell you, Que Locos. I mean, of course, listen, I'm not. I don't mean this that the comic didn't put the time in afterwards or whatever. But man, when people saw Fluffy on that show,
yeah,
that's what really gave Fluffy a huge. And by the way,
absolutely,
you know that. Mike may not even know this is funny, but at the time, Pat Buckles was like, "Nah, don't do it yet, dude." Whatever, because they were. And then Gabe went and did it without her,
and it blew him up,
and
man.
it really people were just like, "Who is this guy?" You know what I mean? He was such a presence from the very beginning.
He created he filled a void that was missing from the Latino community. There had never, from my knowledge, there had never been there had been black shows. Of course, it's black people, we do it first, but then
really,
I'm sure he looked at it and was like, "Yo,
Desi Arnaz didn't do anything for television."
I'm talking about it with stand-up shows like that, with BET Comic View and Def Comedy Jam. Those were like the first niche shows that were out there.
You're right. Absolutely.
You're welcome. So
I'm thankful. Hey, I'm thankful for you guys.
Thank you.
How about that?
Thank you. You guys sounded a little.
What? Oh, I can't.
A little biggity. Sounded a little biggity.
Yo, biggity.
Yo, biggity.
Yo, biggity. All right. I didn't mean it. I just meant very.
No,
thankful.
but for Mike to, really have the vision and execute it
has
and,
not been
and get it
replaced.
done.
Yeah.
He is a legend and he should be appreciated and commended. Like, I think George Lopez hosted a season of K Locos, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought he did. I thought he did. Mike might be able to.
Yeah. But it was just
and
great.
I ended up not doing it. He had asked me, and I remember
he probably sensed you weren't real Mexican. He might have sensed it, Johnny.
Well, he
like when
me,
you came out as Portuguese, a lot of us were like, "Oh,
that's
it. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think it might have been because I didn't pronounce it properly. Because he goes, "Hey, you gonna do my show, bro?" And then I go, "Dude, I'd love to do Q Locus."
Oh.
And he went, "It's que locos, bro." I go, "Oh, I thought it was Q Locus." Never mind.
So Dennis Gassioli goes, "Can Johnny speak to the rumors of his affair with Pat Buckles?"
You better get out of here.
Stop,
with that
Dennis.
shit, Dennis.
Stop, man. I just saw Buckles. Buckles came to She came by Ruby Tuesdays, but she had the showcase for Latino Laugh Festival. I guess they're bringing it back.
She was the original casting person for the original Latino Laugh Festival.
Yeah, ran into her at the Laugh.
By the way, Pat Buckles, are you going to be down there at the Laugh Factory? I'm heading over there.
Johnny? Have you spoke to Johnny?
Johnny, have you spoken to Ruben lately? I'm going to go over there.
I can't get in touch with that guy.
Buckles had lived in L.A. for what, 20 years at least? And she still couldn't get rid of that.
Some people just have the accent. Like Jamie Masada still has an accent. My dad, to the day he died, had that,
It's almost like Jamie Masada's accent is getting worse. How is that possible?
Hey, buddy, you full of shit, buddy. Buddy, what you talking about? My accent is perfect.
My accent is perfect. Instead of him going, I should have buddy, I should have English
Johnny Sanchez, he don't know shit.
I know. He loves saying that. He loves busting my balls.
I love Jamie Masada, man. But it was just great to
look
see
at Yanni. Coincidentally, a Portuguese explorer. Columbus, I thought he was Spanish.
What?
Didn't he sail from Italy, but he was Spanish?
Man, Columbus didn't discover shit, Yanni. How you gonna discover a place that already had people?
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah. And
shots fired.
Mike said you did local comedy jam.
I probably did.
I did a show for Mike Robles.
I did, but I did not do Que Locos. And I remember later on, I was like, I kept putting it off because he asked me a few times, like, I'll do the next round, and then it stopped.
Mike just made me think of something. And as comics, we're guilty of this when we do taping. So this is some advice for comics who do tapings, and you're guilty of it because me and you have talked about this before. When you do your taping, just do your best shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes when we're doing a tape, it's like, man, I don't want to do my A material. And then when the tape comes out, you go, damn, I should have did my best shit. You know what I mean? We have a habit sometimes of doing that. Like comics will go, I don't want to burn any material. I don't do this and that. But when you're doing something that's going to be broadcasted possibly to millions of people, I just believe now, as being more experienced, have been through that, of just always
bringing the
just bring your A, man. If you agree, if you don't want to burn material, just turn it down. Just don't do it. You know. And me and you, we've talked about this. What are your feelings?
First of all, have good.
But there are some shitty shows where you go, man, fuck that. I'm not burning no material.
Great.
So I just contradicted. I just basically contradicted myself.
No, because remember when we used to do this? You and I even said it. We go to a taping. We know we're taping for whatever TV, whether it's big or small. It didn't. And sometimes, remember, we would throw a newer bit in there.
Mm-hmm.
We.
Oh yeah.
What would we like? I look back at that, and whether it was a taping or showcase, like a Tonight Show showcase.
I'll tell you why that happens.
Why would we do that?
Because when you're running a set, especially if you're a writer, if you're running a set to perform, you're running it night after night after night, and instinctually you're like, oh shit, I could add this line and make it better, or you come up with a whole new bit to like add in when you really should not do that.
No.
I mean, I've riffed on a taping before. Just a line popped into my head and say, but at the end of the day, man,
It's almost like there's this
we're
weird,
comics, man.
There's this.
We do it night after night after night.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're on stage, Johnny is like, yo, dude, you added a new line. You're like, just popped into my head and I say it.
Right.
So part of, I think, our process is when you're taping, you still want to give the same feel as if someone came out to see you live, and you still want to feel free. You don't want to feel restricted or robotic doing a set. So when you perform as much as we do night after night after night, if you're doing a taping, you're still that same guy night after night after night.
Yeah.
You don't want to shut that part of your brain off just because you're on TV. Now you have to do it within reason. Like you're not going to start doing crowd work or whatever. Some might. I wouldn't do that. But sometimes you just think of a line in the moment that you believe is funny, that you believe in, and why not say it if you're being in the moment. Like you got some part of you has to be in the moment. It just can't be this canned set for TV.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. Unless that's what you're feeling.
But what about those ones that are real short ones? You know, like you're
4.5,
like a
5 minutes.
5 minutes. There's almost no room for ad-libbing, and
that's true. But
the other ones we know they could cut up. So
But how about this? Some of the best sets we've probably seen or even had is when you see somebody like just in the moment, like something happens in the crowd, somebody has a funny laugh.
I know.
That kind of breaks the, I don't want to say the roboticness, just the, I don't want to say repetitiveness,
staleness.
But just stale is not the
No,
word, but
that's not
sometimes
the word.
just the structure, kind of just going out of that structure and just having that real moment live on television.
Well, you know, it's funny because any of the tapings where something happened to me, I would tell the producer, leave that moment in that happened with the person in the audience. You know what I mean? Oh, my cousin Phil, whisper out Phil. Have a good Thanksgiving.
So Mike Robles says George hosted a season of K-Locals. Gabriel couldn't do it because management told him he shouldn't. However, when he saw George Lopez on stage, he ran home to Long Beach, came back to the Ice House with his famous Hawaiian shirt, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Man, Mike, I would love to see you, brother. I'm glad you're doing better, man. I'm glad
we missed
doing better.
You know, they had a benefit for Mike just at the Ha Ha, I think maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't even know about it.
I had a spot. Because I was like, maybe I'll just swing by, but I had a spot in Long Beach that night. But you probably did. I almost texted you, but I was like, Ruben's probably going to see this anyway. But you probably didn't see it.
I didn't know anything about it. And like I said, it's not like I saw Mike all the time, but he was just always cool. You know, just a kind dude, always cool. He produced this thing, asked me to do it, and he was just a great dude, man.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, he's still a great dude.
Yeah, of course,
he's just a great dude.
Thank you, Leslie. I'm here too, but thank you.
How come when people just comment to you, I say nothing? I just let it go because I know they probably know you personally or have an opinion. Anybody just says anything to Ruben, Johnny has a problem with it, man. What's your problem, dude? You know what you're almost like? He's gonna get mad when I say this, Chris. You know those possessive women, like, who's that bitch? who you talking? Like, what? The cashier? I was talking to the cashier.
Oh my God! So I'm a jealous co-host? I'm a jealous. You think I'm needy?
I don't know, man.
What? I'm funny to you? I'm a funny guy? What? I amuse? No. Tell me what the fuck you fucking talking about here.
Are you doing Buckles again? You doing Pat Buckles again?
Joe Buckles? Pat Pesci?
Oh, you're doing Joe Pesci. Oh,
really?
How are those Latino tours going?
You know, I'm still looking for some dates, bros.
Ask Mike. Is Mike putting any tours together?
Hey, Mike, you doing any Latino tours, bro? Because I got this one line I do if it's a Latino show, I come out and go, where my Latinos at? Hey, clap if you're Latino and proud. Where you at? Oh, you're all here.
Latino people and white people just different, eh?
Man, they're so different, huh? Have you guys noticed that, huh? The Latinos are like that, and then white people, they're always like that.
I'm sorry, Leslie.
No, I'm sorry.
Dion goes, fuck it. Johnny is funny. You forced my friends. You pressured my friends into saying that you're funny. That's how.
Thank
man,
you, guys.
You're terrible,
man.
Leslie saw me in Evansville. I did a show in Evansville, Indiana.
Indiana?
Yeah, man.
Oh, that was that. It was like a one-nighter,
It was
wasn't it?
a one-nighter.
Man, I wanted to do that room.
And that crowd was great. I had so much fun. It was at this. They converted like this dance club into this comedy show, and I can't remember who was on the show with me. Oh, I know. He was a comic out of Indianapolis. He came through and
What was that?
featured for me. But we had
something landed on my hat.
we had a great show. We're doing a show right now, James.
No.
But thank you, Leslie. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. And that was years ago. She still remembers how funny I was. Anyway,
I decided to stop with him.
Boogie Nights. That was the name of the place. A place called Boogie Nights.
Oh,
Boogie Nights. That's all right. We are here to dance with the boogie. Get down. Really?
You gonna keep going or what?
You're actually on beat for once, Johnny.
Oh,
that was awesome.
Man, you know what I'm gonna do one of these days? I'm just gonna record myself with my moves.
You know what you could do, Johnny? Tonight, why don't you set up your iPhone, turn on some music, go at it, send it to Chris, and then we'll play it.
That might not be a bad idea.
We'll play it.
Now, what do you want me to do?
So
Do you want me to do
guys-
some of my Prince moves, my Michael Jackson, or just my own? I mean, the list is endless.
And you guys, hey, Chris,
Elvis?
Chris, what's my YouTube page? Is it Ruben Paul Comedy or just Ruben Paul? What's my YouTube page? You think this guy would know?
It's usually just,
Do you know how old you sound?
Jesus, Chris.
it's Ruben Paul.
See, there's ants. I knew I felt something.
It's Ruben Paul. Anyway, all the podcasts are on YouTube, on my YouTube page, all the footage.
Oh, okay. And
So
your
you
YouTube
guys-
page is what? Ruben Paul?
That's what I was asking him. I think it's Ruben Paul Comedy or Ruben Paul. Just Google and subscribe to the YouTube page. And pretty soon we're just gonna get a dedicated page with just these episodes on there. But for now, you can find every episode of the Best of Everything on my YouTube page.
Okay.
Do you have a YouTube page on it? You should, dude.
I used to. Leslie, you know what? Actually, Leslie, I post most of my stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Twitter, I'm hardly on Twitter. Twitter is I've noticed it's Johnny Sanchez comic, by the way, on Twitter. It becomes a lot of arguments on Twitter.
That's perfect for you.
No, I don't like.
You like arguing with people you know.
I'd rather argue in person.
Oh yeah, that's your thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now online,
Johnny
I don't.
is excellent at that.
Yeah. Well, isn't it better to do it when the person's there rather than, how some people like to try to debate?
Like Eric Rivera? Is that who
I
you're,
didn't say.
is that who you're referring
I didn't
to?
say anything.
Is that who you're referring to?
I am not.
Cholo Johnny wouldn't back down to that.
Oh, yeah, brother. Enough of that shit, bro. Getting fed up with it, eh?
Man, I set you up great, dude. I throw you lobs all the time, bro. But thank you, Leslie. And you can follow us on Instagram. I'm on Instagram more. Hey, what up, Drew? Drew Pickering. Really, really good dude, man. Very good friend out of Toronto who lives in DC. He's watching.
So oh no, that's separate. That's never mind.
What?
Because I noticed what's his name is celebrating the Washington Nationals, Jeremy Hotz, because they used to be
Montreal Expos,
right?
Yeah.
Does that work? They're not in Canada anymore. How does it?
No, but let them have it.
Oh, just because they used to be.
Yeah. Think about it. It's just
but
like
that's then.
I'll give you an example. We know that this is the Oakland Raiders last year playing in Oakland.
Okay.
They're moving to Las Vegas.
Right.
So if they won a Super Bowl, I'm sure, the Oakland fans who are going to stay loyal to the Raiders. And I know you're saying it's a different country.
What? No.
it's the
I
same-
wasn't even going to say that.
Okay.
And thanks for sounding me. That made me sound like a freaking cartoon character that's a dog or something. It's a different country.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
No, here's the difference. If they were the Washington Expos, then you can have it.
Oh,
It's
you
a
think because
whole
the total
different
name
it's
change?
a whole different name change completely.
That's an interesting argument.
Now listen, if they went to the Las Vegas Bandits, okay?
Yeah.
They're not going to use the Raiders anymore.
Oh, that's fucking interesting.
And they just went as the Las Vegas Bandits, but they have the, and they got a different uniform too. Now what are you going to go like this? Man, got to give it up for my Las Vegas Bandits.
No, I'd be done. Wow.
Right.
Yeah. You're right.
So it's weird. I
point,
love Jeremy,
Johnny.
don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but he's celebrating that. And that's why I was like, they're not in Montreal and they're not Expos.
Good point. Yeah, if they changed the Raiders' name, yeah, I would probably, but I couldn't go Rams though.
Oh, I'd go to 49ers in a heartbeat because my family. Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, whisper out to the Niners, man. They're looking great.
Wow, you're not a real Raider fan.
No,
you just exposed yourself. You are Portuguese. You
dad-
really are Portuguese, man.
Yep, my
Wow.
dad and all of my family, my mom, my sisters, my cousins, my aunts and uncles, they're all 49er fans. I'm the one that went to the dark side.
Let me let you know what a real.
Except for Philip.
Let me let you know what a real Raider fan is like. Chris, how do you feel about the 49ers, man?
Can't stand him.
You should have said fuck the 49ers, but we'll go with that.
I can't stand the Rams. You know why I can't stand the
Why
Rams?
can't you stand the
Because
Rams?
growing up, my dad was like, I hate the Rams because they were always in the division. Same conference as
Yeah.
the Niners.
Yeah.
Now, I went to the dark side as a kid. I was a Niner when I was little with the little outfit and everything. And then
with the little outfit,
with the little outfit like
you're running around. I bet that's just how you ran around too.
man, I was dude.
All right, let's not get into your. Let's not
I
start
just
this.
let me tell you guys, I can't tell you how much joy I get out of frustrating Ruben. Just to get him to go. Sometimes I'll watch these things back, man, with the sound off, and I'll know the moment I said something that irritates Ruben because it's always. or you'll be laughing
man.
like that. My favorite is he'll be laughing like he's totally into the moment, and I'll do my little oh hey, whisper out, and he goes, and it just
bothers me.
I feel warm and fuzzy, like I'm like bundled up in front of a fireplace at Christmas. That's how good it makes me feel.
Anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everyone out
Are we
there.
out? Are we done?
We're gonna be done in a few minutes.
Yeah. All right.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I hope everyone, it's really, I have mixed feelings about the holiday just in general. But the good thing about it is it does bring families and loved ones together.
Oh, you mean for you?
Yeah, for
because
me.
of your parents.
My parent, that
Not having your parents.
but just
around.
kind of just being a conscious brother.
Ooh, I like that for your title of your next special.
Conscious brother.
Conscious brother.
Yeah. But just knowing what it stands for is kind of.
Oh, I see. Oh,
You know what I mean? It's kinda one of those
I know.
It's interesting how we accept things in society because it's always been that way.
Yeah, right.
Just like even with the Redskins,
Yeah.
many comedians have talked about that, and a lot of people are still up in arms about changing that name. And there's, school of thought like, what, man, it's been like that for blah, blah, blah years, man. Who cares? There's no offense. But if it really, truly offends people, and we do know for a fact it does offend people.
Some of them don't like. Yeah.
Exactly. And we all know now, as we've educated ourselves, what the real meaning is. But at the same time, there are positives now, years later, of families coming together and just having that time of fellowship with friends and family. And
what we should be eating? We should find out what the Native Americans were eating before that. Like, I know there was no tradition yet until they got to the settlers, but we should really be doing the Native American version. But it's kind of like, the Oakland Raiders almost were the Oakland Seniors. Remember they had the city vote and Seniors won, and then people were making fun of it. So then Al Davis goes, let's just go with the Raiders, which was number 2 choice, I think. But could you imagine if let's just say they had started off as the Oakland Brownskins instead of the Seniors. That I think that name would have been gone years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
or if or if the name would have been like a black racial slur. You know what I mean? That any black derogatory term, if a team had named like that, shit would have been gone along. Martin,
Yeah, but it would have been gone then. Now they changed our high school Redskins to tribe.
No, because I know a lot of schools changed it.
The California, they passed that. California, the governor. Oh, that was the last governor before Newsom. What was his name? He came back again. Governor Brown passed that in California. But the interesting thing, some of the Native American tribes in our hometown area, that Tulare, there's a lot of Native American tribes still around there. Mm-hmm. Some of them were like, we don't have a problem with it. Yeah. Some of them, not all of them.
Of course.
So it was a big debate because some Native American people were like, hey man, we use it as a slang to each other, like for so some say it doesn't bother me, but I think the Washington Redskins at this point should change it.
Well, it's what's interesting about you just saying that is, there's that conflict in the black community with using the word nigga. Like some people, black people like, I hate that word. I don't want to use that word. Why do we use that word? Right. And then for others, it's a term of endearment, et cetera, et cetera. But I know if there was a team that was called the blah, blah, blah niggers, that shit would have been gone a long time ago. It would be. But anyway.
Listen, Mike Robles said.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Dion, because Gardena used to be the Gardena Mohicans. And he said they're called the Panthers now. I had no idea. DL went to Gardena. He didn't finish, but he went to Gardena.
See, but like to me, Mohicans wasn't that an actual tribe? Like if they name them after a tribe, to me that doesn't seem as bad. Like the Florida State Seminoles. Mm-hmm. It's not.
They're naming after but it's just all the war paint. The whoa.
Yeah, the Kansas City Chiefs are still doing and the Braves.
But can I keep it? I got to be honest though. Those chants sound awesome.
I know.
As a sportsman,
I know, dude.
But I'd feel terrible doing it, just kind of thinking about it. But anyway, enjoy your Thanksgiving. I'm not trying to ruin everybody's Thanksgiving.
By the way, I got to say this. Aside from the USC, not just because I'm a Trojan fan, aside from their mascot, the USC, I love the Trojan mascot. But the Seminoles, dude, when they get the guy to come out on the horse and then throw the And so we grew up with that at Tulare Union, dude. It was they do the whole we didn't do the tomahawk, but they do the girl at halftime. Uh-huh. She's dressed in the full headset and they do she does a Native American dance. Even though none of them were really Native American, but
probably a white girl doing it. Huh?
There were white girls, Portuguese girls.
I
was hoping you were going to go longer.
Man.
That was fantastic.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it on the food.
By the way, Mike Robles said, Ruben, don't know if you remember, we taped a show together way back, Comic Groove, with Tracy Morgan.
Oh, that's right.
I never even heard of that.
Yeah, it was funny because they wanted me to do
Mike Hurtado.
It was on Comedy Central. Tracy Morgan was the host. Tracy Morgan was just getting really hot.
Is this when he used to wear the propeller on his hat?
No.
Past that.
He was already a star. He was already SNL.
Okay.
They gave him his own sitcom on NBC. He was like really, really hot at the time. And I did it. Kevin Hart did it. Ken Jeong did it.
Oh, wow.
I remember that show. I think I got a standing O on that show.
Yeah, it's time to go. You got a standing
You
got a standing Look at Big Shot come walking in. I got standing
but you know what? It was one of those shows. I remember, to be honest with you, I didn't really. You know how we're nitpicky about our sets. I didn't really like my set on the show. And I remember Ken Jeong calling me. He's like, "Man, you killed, man. Man, you killed it, man. You got a standing up." Like he was real cool. Shout out Dr. Ken, man.
Yeah, we love Ken, man.
Yeah. But anyway, dude. Happy Thanksgiving or happy holidays. Let's say that to you.
No, it's Thanksgiving.
Well, you don't like when people say holidays. It's part. Thanksgiving is like the start of the holiday season.
No,
man.
It is. I don't mind happy holidays for Christmas and the New Year's because everybody celebrates something different.
Yeah, they
don't have to say Merry Christmas because there's Chanukah. Some people celebrate Chanukah.
Yeah.
Some people celebrate Kwanzaa. So I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. This is Thanksgiving, so it's Happy Thanksgiving, not Happy.
I'm gonna go with Happy Holidays. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
So anyway,
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Enjoy the time with your families, and this is the best of everything.
Oh, he did. He's like, you killed standing. Oh God, standing. You got a standing.
Hey man, I'm not here to brag, Johnny. It's not about me. It's about us. It's about the show. You know, Johnny.
Was he doing that thing that he used to do back then too, though, Mike, where he was like, sort of like going like this? So
oh, you know, I never did that. Oh my God. You know, Johnny knows that shit pisses me off. There's nothing worse than a comic who begs or panders for a standing O. That shit.
Hey, don't worry about me, guys. Hey, I don't need a standing O, guys. Yeah, I don't need a stand. Don't get up when I'm done. Oh, you better get off that stage, bro. All right, no, I don't want. We're ending on a happy note.
Anyway,
I was kidding, Renee. I know it's Hanukkah. Oh my God.
Anyway, guys, we appreciate you listening, and
thank you, Leslie.
You can listen to the show on iTunes, Google Play,
Spotify,
and
YouTube,
and you can watch us on YouTube.
VCRs, swap meets.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. And if you're not with family, with friends, whoever.
And thank you for everybody who's
chiming in. We love you guys chiming in.
Mike Robles, Leslie, Flea Lee, all you guys. Dennis, Yanni.
Yeah,
it's all love. All right.
Cousin, yes.
Best of everything.
Music.
Rubee motherfucking Tuesdays.
This show is all about diversity and bringing everyone together. You never know who you're going to see at Rubee Tuesdays.